In this episode, we're going to be talking about the difference between selling a product or a commodity or service versus selling a offer. So what we're talking about, what are the differences between these two things? How would you kind of describe that?
I think a product and service is quite a logical kind of thing. You know, you buy in a commodity. An offer's probably more emotional. I think it plays to that side of your psychology, really. So, like as an example, the gym, right? A product will be like we've got all the weights you would need to lift. You know, we've got from 2.5 kilograms all the way up to 100 kilogram dumbbells if they exist.
Yeah.
Whereas an offer might be, here's a place that you can get in the best shape of your life, have more confidence, that kind of thing. I think two different offers essentially, but really the same product. It's weights, it's a gym, but framed a different way.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at like the gym example, like if you just went to the gym and you just signed up for a membership, now that's fine. Like I can obviously go in and figure it out on my own and whatever. Whereas if I went to a gym that said, cool, when you sign up, we're going to send you your first 4 weeks of training. We'll send you a workout booklet or something like that. And we'll even send you 5 recipes that you can fit into your weekly kind of food schedule, whatever. All of a sudden, that's a lot more attractive because obviously it's solving more of my problem. And I think inherently what this is about is trying to understand what journey your customer's going on. Like where do they start and where do they end?
I think it's speaking to the problem rather than just kind of being kind of upfront about what your product is. I mean, a phone's a phone, yeah, but then, if you actually talk about what you can achieve with a phone, you can run your business from it, you can work from it, you can track your food from it, whatever. Like it becomes more than just, a bit of metal and a screen, and it can help you achieve a lot more. I think a lot of people talk about the business in quite a sterile kind of way. They talk about what it is they do. Like I'm a chiropractor. What do you actually sell? Like what's the offer? We get you in kind of, we get rid of all the aches and pains that you've got. And while we do that, we're going to give you, a booklet on the 25 stretches that you can do to stay upright till you're 99 years old or whatever. It's kind of things like that make more sense. I think it plays to different emotions. Kind of when we're going to buy something, we've got a. I always forget this, so probably not the best thing to talk about on a podcast. But you've got like the logical reasoning,
emotional.
Yeah. So all these kinds of things, you've got to hit each one, and I think a product kind of does the logical one. If you know what the product is, it's a logical kind of thing. I bought a pizza oven recently, and I wanted one. So I bought a pizza oven. Logical reason like that. I did all my research, but then what actually made me get the one I got, that was down to the recipes they had on the website. So they had all these recipes for all the things I could make. I was like, that's pretty cool. So I bought the product. That's an offer.
And if you dive into that, like David's obviously bought the recipes because it's saving him time, it's saving him effort, it's making it easier, which then is an emotional thing, isn't it? It's more of an emotional...
Yeah, there's so many pizza ovens on the market. Like maybe it's a design I wanted, maybe it just looked good.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, I found the dough recipe, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And that led me down to their website, and I thought, I'm going to buy this one. And was the dough recipe any better than, competitors? Maybe not, but I found it first, and, that was it. So that for me was what sold me there, rather than just a pizza oven.
So ultimately, the key takeaway from this episode is focus on what you can offer as a business as opposed to just the commodity or the thing that you're selling.
And I think for that as well, if you can get someone, if you know what the customer journey is, if your product gets them from A to Z, great. If you can help them get there faster, then do that. Or if it doesn't get them from A to Z, then what can you offer that actually gets them to the the end result essentially?
Yeah.
That's the best way to think about this.
Yeah, that's pretty much the difference between the offer and the product is if you can fill that gap of getting them from A to Z, as David said, that's pretty much how you can then think about turning your product that you've got now into more of an offering. That's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a comment, review, and share it with somebody else that you think will find it valuable. And we'll see you in the next episode.